Imagine working harder every day, yet results never come. Frustrating, right? Most people rely on motivation, but here's the truth: fails, stins win. Today, I'll show you exactly why and how to start building your independent CEO system from zero. Let's begin. Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to System Motivation. Here you'll learn the exact frameworks founders use to stay consistent, even without a one. No hype, as if you hear from Etsy at Execute Today online or offline, starting from zero. Subscribe for weekly CEO system strategies. Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever had that feeling where you're just grinding, day in and day out, putting in all the hours, but when you look up, the results just aren't there? It's got to be one of the most frustrating things for any entrepreneur, right? You've got the drive, you've got the hustle, but something's missing. Well, in this explainer, we're going to dig into why the very thing most of us rely on, motivation, might actually be the problem. So, let's just cut to the chase with the big question. Why does motivation always seem to flake on us, usually right when we need it the most? We're going to get into the truth behind this, and I'll tell you right now, leaning on a feeling for your success, well, it's just not a winning strategy in the long run. And this, right here, this really gets to the heart of it. Look at this. On one side, you've got motivation. It's fleeting, it's emotional. I mean, let's face it, it's totally unreliable. But then, you've got a system that's structural, it's built to last. It's all about consistency. This isn't about feelings versus logic, not really. It's about having a framework that just works, especially on those days you're just not feeling it. This is what I call the motivation trap. And you've been there, I know you have. You watch a webinar, you sign up for some 30-day challenge, and you're flying high, right? That energy is amazing. But what happens when life punches you in the gut? A client gets difficult, a project goes off the rails. Oof, that motivation is gone. Because here's the secret, it was never designed to last. It's a short-term boost, not a long-term structure. So, okay, if motivation is the trap, then how do we get out? What's the alternative? Well, it's about shifting your entire focus. Stop chasing a feeling and start building a structure. That is your path to predictable results, and honestly, to real independence. So, what do I even mean when I say system? Look, this isn't some fuzzy, abstract idea. It's a real, concrete, step-by-step framework. Think of it like your personal blueprint for how to get things done. The whole point is to take out the guesswork, to remove that dependency. Whether you're depending on a mentor, a coach, or even your own shaky mood swings. And a really solid system, a real CEO system, has layers. It's not just one thing. It all starts with your mindset, getting you to think like a true system owner. Then, yeah, you get into the nuts and bolts, picking the right business model, nailing down your offer, and figuring out your marketing. But it also covers your day-to-day operations and how you're going to scale. And this is so important, it includes your own emotional health. Because let's be real, a system that just burns you out isn't a system at all. It's just another trap. Okay, so let's get into the good stuff. Theory is great, but how do you actually build this thing for yourself? Let's break down the blueprint step by step. It really all comes down to this one fundamental shift. You have to stop waiting around to feel like working. Stop chasing that energy. Instead, you build a structure for your day. You go from just reacting to how you feel to actually proactively executing your plan. It's a total game changer. And you can actually map out the whole journey in these 6 steps. First, you master that system owner mindset. Then you pick a business model that actually works for you. You create a super clear offer and build a marketing system to get it out there. Then, step 5, you structure your daily operations. And this can be as simple as blocking out the first 90 minutes of your day for your #1 task. No emails, no distractions, no exceptions. And finally, you sustain it all. You scale, and you take care of yourself. Let's just double-click on step 2 for a second, because it's so crucial. Choosing your business model, this isn't a guessing game. It has to be based in reality. Your reality. What skills do you actually have? What capital are you working with? How much time can you realistically give? The business model is your how. Are you a freelancer? Do you run a local service? Your offer, which is the next step, that's the specific what you're selling. All right, so I know what you're thinking. This sounds great in theory, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, let's take a look at a real-world example of a system in action. So, I want you to meet Alex. He's a freelancer over in Germany. When he started, he had literally zero capital, nothing. But what he did have was a clear system. He picked a service-based model that played to his strengths, created a really specific offer, and then he just executed a simple marketing system, basically targeted outreach on LinkedIn. And get this, within 3 months, he had a consistent flow of clients. By month 6, his income was stable. Motivation had nothing to do with it. The system just did the heavy lifting, day in and day out. 6 months. Just let that sink in for a second. In half a year, a system gave him the stability and the results that chasing motivation for years never could. You see, Alex's story proves this simple, powerful truth. Consistency beats energy, and structure beats hype every single time. That's really the mantra you have to live by. Okay, so we've talked about why motivation is a dead end, and we've laid out the blueprint for building a system instead. So now, let's bring it back to you. What's your first step? What can you do, right now? So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really chew on. Looking at that blueprint we just went through, from your mindset all the way to your daily habits, what is the one first piece of your system that you are going to build starting today? Because that first step, that's where everything changes. That's where you go from feeling frustrated to finally feeling free. If you want independence, subscribe now. In the next video, we'll build a zero capital offer from scratch for online or offline markets, step by step. Comment below, which system layer are you struggling with most? Let's solve it together.